Welcome back to Nation of Glory, the channel where we celebrate the stars who light up the world of entertainment, from the silver screen to the squared circle. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now because today, we're diving into an incredible story that's all heart, hustle, and history-making triumph. We're talking about Anthony Bowens, the trailblazing professional wrestler who's not just conquering rings but also breaking barriers in ways that inspire millions. This isn't just a bio, it's a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and unapologetic pride that will have you rooting for him every step of the way. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's unfold the epic tale of a man who's proving that glory comes to those who fight for it, both inside and out. Picture this. It's the early 1990s in Nutley, New Jersey, a cozy suburban town where kids dream big under the shadow of the New York skyline. On December 18, 1990, Anthony Bowens enters the world, the son of loving parents who instill in him the values of hard work and perseverance from day one. Growing up, Anthony is your typical all-American kid, energetic, competitive, and absolutely obsessed with sports. But it's baseball that captures his heart first. From the moment he picks up a bat in Little League, he's hooked. The crack of the ball against leather, the roar of the crowd at local games, the thrill of sliding into home plate, it all feels like destiny. His parents, seeing that spark, support him every step of the way, driving him to practices, cheering from the sidelines, and nurturing that dream of one day making it to the majors. As a young boy, Anthony faces the usual ups and downs of childhood. School is a mix of fun and challenges. He's a good student, but his real classroom is the baseball diamond. At Nutley High School, he becomes a standout player, earning accolades and turning heads with his natural talent. Teammates look up to him, coaches praise his dedication, and the community starts whispering about this kid who might just go pro. But beneath that confident exterior, Anthony is grappling with something deeper, something he doesn't fully understand yet, questions about his identity that bubble up in quiet moments. In a world where sports heroes are often painted in broad, traditional strokes, he wonders where he fits in. Yet, he pushes those thoughts aside, focusing on the game that gives him purpose. College beckons, and Anthony heads to Seton Hall University, where he continues to shine on the field. But life throws its first curveball, literally and figuratively. Injuries start to creep in, nagging pains that sideline him more than he'd like. He transfers to Montclair State University, determined to keep the dream alive, and there he excels, hitting home runs and making memories. Graduation comes in 2012, and with a degree in hand, Anthony stands at a crossroads. The MLB draft doesn't call his name, and the reality sets in: professional baseball might not be his path. It's a heartbreaking moment, one that leaves him questioning everything. Nights spent staring at the ceiling, wondering what comes next. But here's where the story gets inspiring: Anthony doesn't give up. He pivots, drawing on that inner fire that's always burned bright. Enter professional wrestling, a world that blends athleticism, drama, and sheer spectacle, perfect for someone with Anthony's charisma and drive. In 2012, he steps into the ring for the first time on the independent circuit, training rigorously under seasoned pros. It's grueling, bruises, bumps, and endless hours in dingy gyms, but Anthony thrives. He adopts the moniker, the five-tool player, a nod to his baseball roots, showcasing speed, power, arm strength, fielding, and hitting translated into wrestling moves. Fans start to notice this newcomer with the infectious energy and sharp skills. He wrestles in promotions like Create a Pro Wrestling Academy, honing his craft match after match. But it's not all glamour. The indie scene is tough, with low pay, long drives, and the constant hustle for bookings. Anthony supplements his income with modeling gigs and acting roles, dipping his toes into Hollywood's waters. He appears in commercials, short films, and even lands a spot on a reality TV show, proving he's got that star quality beyond the ropes. As his wrestling career builds momentum, so does his personal journey. In 2017, at the age of 26, Anthony makes a life-changing decision. He comes out publicly as bisexual in an interview with a wrestling outlet. It's a moment of raw vulnerability, one that takes immense courage in an industry historically not always welcoming to LGBTQ+ athletes. He shares how, for years, he'd hidden parts of himself, fearing judgment or lost opportunities. But authenticity wins out. "I want to be the representation I never had growing up," he says, his voice steady but his heart pounding. The response is overwhelming. Fans flood him with support, fellow wrestlers applaud his bravery, and suddenly, Anthony isn't just a wrestler, he's a beacon of hope. Later, he identifies as gay, embracing his truth fully and finding love with his partner, Michael Pavano, a YouTuber and content creator who becomes his rock through thick and thin. The road to stardom accelerates when All Elite Wrestling (AEW) comes calling in 2020. Founded by Tony Khan, AEW is the fresh alternative to mainstream wrestling, emphasizing athleticism and storytelling. Anthony signs on, teaming up with Max Caster to form the Acclaimed, a dynamic duo known for their razor-sharp raps and in-ring prowess. Caster's freestyle entrances, where he roasts opponents with clever bars, pair perfectly with Anthony's athleticism and mic skills. They quickly become fan favorites, chanting, "Scissor me, daddy ass." Wait, let's explain that. It's their signature pose, crossing fingers in a scissoring motion, symbolizing unity and fun. But success doesn't come overnight. Early matches or losses, building tension and character. Anthony tears his bicep in a brutal spot, sidelining him for months. Pain shoots through his arm, doubts flood his mind. Is this the end? Rehab is hell, endless physio sessions, watching from the sidelines as the world moves on. But with Michael's encouragement and his own grit, he returns stronger, more determined. Then, magic happens. In 2022, the Acclaimed captures the AEW World Tag Team Championship at the Grand Slam event in New York. The crowd erupts as Anthony pins the champions, confetti raining down. Tears well in his eyes. This isn't just a win, it's history. Anthony becomes the first openly gay champion in AEW, a milestone that sends shockwaves through the wrestling world. Media outlets buzz. NJ's Anthony Bowens makes history. Fans share stories of how his visibility helps them come out to their families. It's emotional. Imagine a young kid in the audience, seeing someone like him on top, feeling seen for the first time. Anthony dedicates the victory to the LGBTQ+ community, saying, "This is for everyone who's ever felt like they didn't belong." The reign is electric, defending the titles in epic battles, their popularity soaring. But the glory doesn't stop there. In a twist that elevates them further, wrestling legend Billy Gunn joins the Acclaimed, turning them into a trio's powerhouse. Gunn, with his decades of experience, mentors the young Guns, and together, they chase the AEW World Trios Championship. The build-up is intense, promos laced with humor and heart, matches that test their limits. At Revolution 2023, they dethrone the champions in a barnburner of a match. Anthony's high-flying maneuvers, Caster's cunning, Gunn's power, it's symphony and chaos. They hold those titles for a record-breaking 202 days, the longest reign in history, fending off challengers left and right. Each defense is a story unto itself. The blood, the sweat, the near falls that have fans on the edge of their seats. Anthony's emotional post-match speeches, where he thanks his family, his partner, and the fans, tug at heartstrings. "We've scissored our way to the top," he jokes, but the pride is real. Off the ring, Anthony's life blooms. His relationship with Michael is a beautiful partnership. They create content together, sharing glimpses of their life on social media. Vacations in sunny spots, cozy date nights, and mutual support during tough times. Michael, with his own YouTube channel, understands the spotlight's demands, and their bond becomes a fan-favorite storyline. Anthony dives deeper into advocacy, partnering with organizations like GLAAD and Athlete Alley to promote LGBTQ+ rights in sports. He speaks at events, sharing his story, the fear of rejection, the joy of acceptance, the power of living authentically. "Wrestling saved me," he reflects, "but coming out freed me." It's moments like these that create emotional attachment. Viewers see not just the wrestler, but the man behind the muscles, vulnerable and victorious. Hollywood calls too. With his chiseled looks and natural charisma, Anthony lands roles in films and TV. He appears in indie movies, drawing on his wrestling persona for action scenes. Rumors swirl of bigger projects, a superhero flick, a drama about athletes coming out. The possibilities excite fans. He models for brands, gracing magazines that celebrate diversity. In 2023, he's named to the Out 100 list, honoring LGBTQ+ trailblazers. "From the baseball field to the wrestling ring, I've learned that true strength comes from within," he tells interviewers. His story resonates in Hollywood circles, where representation matters more than ever. Of course, no journey is without storms. In 2024, the Acclaimed faces setbacks, title losses, internal drama teased on TV. Anthony suffers another injury, a knee tweak that requires surgery. The recovery is isolating, days blending into nights of ice packs and reflection. Doubts creep in again. Am I still relevant? But support pours in, fans send messages, "You're our champion forever." Michael stands by him, turning rehab into bonding time. Anthony emerges reinvented, debuting new gear and moves that wow audiences. By 2025, as we speak, he's back in the mix, eyeing singles gold perhaps, or another tag run. Rumblings of a Hall of Fame nod whisper in wrestling forums. His legacy. Not just wins, but the lives he's touched. Let's zoom in on one pivotal night, all in 2023 at Wembley Stadium, London. 80,000 fans pack the arena, the energy electric. The Acclaimed defends their trio's titles in a stadium stampede match. Chaos everywhere, weapons flying, bodies slamming. Anthony takes a nasty bump off a ladder, the impact jarring his spine. Pain surges, but he thinks of his younger self, that kid in Nutley dreaming big. He fights back, hitting his finisher, the arrival, a mic drop elbow that seals the win. The roar is deafening, fireworks explode. Backstage, hugging his team, tears flow. This is what glory feels like, he whispers. Stories like this make you feel it, the adrenaline, the emotion, the unbreakable spirit. Anthony's influence extends beyond wrestling. He inspires a new generation of athletes to embrace their identities. Young wrestlers credit him for giving them courage to train openly. In schools, kids discuss representation, using his story as a teaching tool. His social media, with millions of followers, is a mix of hype promos, heartfelt posts, and hilarious skits with Michael. One viral video, them recreating famous movie scenes, blending wrestling flair with Hollywood magic. It's fun, relatable, and reminds us that stars are human too. As we fast forward to today, December 2025, Anthony Bowens stands tall at 34, a veteran with stories to tell. He's expanded into podcasting, hosting episodes where he interviews icons about their journeys. Philanthropy calls, he supports youth sports programs in New Jersey, giving back to the community that shaped him. Rumors of a book deal swirl, a memoir titled something like "Scissor to Success," chronicling the highs and lows. In AEW, he's a locker room leader, mentoring rookies with the wisdom of someone who's been there. What makes Anthony's story so captivating? It's the emotional layers, the boy who loved baseball but found his true calling in wrestling, the man who hid his truth but now waves the pride flag high, the champion who fights not just for gold, but for equality. It's a reminder that glory isn't handed out, it's earned through sweat, tears, and unyielding belief. In a world that can feel divided, Anthony unites us, showing that love, in all forms, conquers all. And there you have it, Nation of Glory family, the uplifting saga of Anthony Bowens, a true icon in entertainment and beyond. If this story moved you, and I know it did, smash that like button to show your support. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring tales from the worlds of Hollywood, wrestling, and everything in between. We drop new content every week to keep the glory alive. Share this video with a friend who needs a dose of motivation today. Thanks so much for watching, you're the heart of this channel. Until next time, stay glorious.